Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day so far. Something that I like to do at the beginning of every season or kind of towards like the end of one season and we're transitioning into the next season is to go and make a bucket list of things to do that are kind of encapsulating and themed towards this upcoming season that's happening, so that way we can kind of live that season to its fullest potential and really get involved in what those seasons in particular have to offer us. So I'll show you guys my fall bucket list. So it's actually in this store right here. So this door leads down to my basement, which is where we have a pretty awesome movie room. So it gets a lot of traffic and I have it right here just on the inside of my door. And the reason why I put it here is because people come up and down these stairs all the time. So they're constantly opening and closing this door. And when I have it here, people are able to see it and go, oh, like drive the loop. I want to go drive the loop with you guys. Let's plan a time to do that. Or we also have a lot of people who will see it and say, oh, hey, like I really think it'd be fun to carve pumpkins. Let's add that to the list and things like that. So we get a lot of people who are able to also be involved in this. So it's a big collaborative effort. It's really just a fun opportunity to get everyone involved in it, which is why part of the reason why I do this every single season. When this video goes up, it's going to be the end or close to the end of November. And so I wasn't obviously able to get everything done on the list. We're never ever able to get everything done just because we usually do put a lot on there. But the holiday season, this time of year, it's kind of hard to all get together to gather and do all these fun things. But I was able to get quite a few done. So I'm going to be showing you guys today everything that we've done on our fall and autumn bucket list. Hey guys, so it's Brittany from the future here. I realized that I never actually went through the items on my bucket list. So they're all completed now, but I will go ahead and show you guys everything that's on the bucket list so the rest of the video actually makes sense of what I'm doing. Okay, so some things we have Frightmares, which I'll explain soon. I'll explain all of this, I guess, during the video. And then we have something called Drive the Loop, Go to a Corn Maze, Soup Party, Midnight Ski Lift, Haunted House, Temple Trip, Pumpkin Flavor Taste Test, Scary Movies, Friendsgiving, and Carving Pumpkins. So yeah, that's what we're planning on doing over the next couple weeks. First up on our list was to go to Frightmares. Now, Frightmares is at an amusement park called Lagoon, and it is where they just dress up the park for Halloween. They have like actors walking around the park that are all dressed up in costumes, and they also have haunted houses that we went to, and they also have fun little performances everywhere. So we were able to hit two birds with one stone by going to Frightmares and haunted houses all in one. And then we also went to a corn maze, which is on the bucket list as well, where this one is called Corn Bellies here in Salt Lake, and they have lots of fun little like interactive elements all throughout the area and the farm. They had a corn maze as well. Obviously, we went through that, which was super fun, but they have lots of things for adults and for children. So they had things like zip lines, they had an apple cannon, they had haunted houses here as well. They have really fun slides. They also have this really fun corn pit, which you'll see like there's adults in there and little kids, and it was so much fun. So we really enjoyed that. They have, again, just lots of fun activities that you can spend quite a few hours here, and there's lots and lots of things to do. And I would say that it's good for adults and for children. You can find things for both sets of ages and for families as well. And they also have haunted houses here too. However, they are only actually haunted with actors in them a couple of days a week. So we went on a day where they weren't actually haunted. So if you have young children who would get scared, you can go on days where they're not haunted, and you can still walk through the haunted houses, but you won't be getting scared like you would in a normal haunted house, which is really fun. Another fun activity that they have at this Corn Bellies is they do a fireworks show every night, and some nights they have really big fireworks shows. This one was a smaller one, but that's still fun to enjoy. Okay, I am heading into the movie theater right now to go and see this horror film, Smile, and I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to it. It looks so scary, but my friends are the ones who convinced me to come see it with them. I obviously can't record in there, but I will give you guys an update once it's done. But I'm already like freaked out of my mind, so we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, it's the next day. I went and saw Smile last night, and man, was that movie intense. It was super scary. It wasn't as scary though as people were hyping it up to be. Like I was expecting to like be
blown out of my brains with how scary it was, and it wasn't as scary as like I was thinking. I feel like a lot of the really scary parts they actually showed in the previews, so, or like in the trailers, so I was expecting that to happen. But other than that, yeah, very scary movie. Don't think I'll ever go see it again, but I'm glad I went and saw it with my friends, and it was another item to check off the bucket list.
A few weeks ago, I did post a video of a Trader Joe's taste test. So this was another thing on the bucket list, which was the pumpkin spice flavored taste test. And so me and my friend Brent, we went to Trader Joe's, bought so many different pumpkin flavored things that I don't think I ever want to eat another pumpkin flavored thing again for a while. So you guys can go ahead and watch that. I'll make sure to link that video below. It was super fun. But I don't think I'll do it again. I think I'm most excited for, honestly, I'm excited for the pumpkin ravioli with the pumpkin Alfredo sauce. I think that's going to be really yummy. What are you most excited for?
I'm excited for this. However, I don't think it's going to taste any different than normal pasta.
Yeah.
Because pasta's pretty...
It's pretty average, but we'll see how it goes. We ended up driving the Alpine Loop as well. So the Alpine Loop connects American Fork Canyon to Provo Canyon here in Utah. And during the fall time, right before it gets too cold, the colors of the trees and the leaves are just stunning. It takes a couple of hours to get through the whole loop, which was super fun. Really glad that we did that. We spent a Sunday afternoon driving through, and we really enjoyed our time. We also went to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints temple here in Provo, and my friends and I just did a little temple trip. We can't film inside, but we were able to do some service for our church there, which was really nice. And then I also posted this in another video a couple of weeks ago of us pumpkin carving, and so that was something on the bucket list. I'm not going to go too far into that. It's pretty basic, but yay, we carved pumpkins. Okay guys, so we are heading on to our next bucket list item, which is to head to a football game. I'll show you guys real quick my list again. So we have on here, go to a football game, and today is the last home game for our local college team, Brigham Young University. BYU is also what they're known as, and they are playing Utah Tech, which is a school down in St. George. So we're super excited to go. We don't know if they'll win or lose. Honestly, BYU has not been doing super good this year, so we'll see, but it should be a really fun time. Me and two of my roommates are heading over in just a few minutes, and it is so cold outside. It's like 30 degrees, and our seats are gonna be in the shade, so it's gonna be so cold. So we've trying to layer up a little bit and get warm and cozy for the next couple of hours, but that should be a really good time. And then later tonight, we also have Friendsgiving. So Friendsgiving is where a bunch of friends get together and have a Thanksgiving meal, usually done with people who don't live super close to their families, which none of us live super close to our families, but we're also all going home for Thanksgiving. We wanted to have a fun Friendsgiving meal. So I'm gonna try to insert a couple clips of that as well as our football game experience, but it should be a really good time. And I think that's almost the end of our bucket list of things that I have to check off. There's one item on there, a midnight ski lift, which Sundance is a ski resort, and they do a midnight ski lift ride around Halloween time, and we missed that. We just were in California for that instead. So we didn't get to that, but everything else on the list is completed. So we did it. So we're pretty excited. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the rest of our bucket list items that we have going on over the next couple of days. And yeah. Okay, so the sun did come out a little bit for the game, which was very nice. As you can see, BYU is just placed in these beautiful mountains. It's so much fun. But we went to this really fun BYU game. It was the last home game, and it was also senior night, which was really fun to be able to go and support them. And BYU, they've been having a rough season, you guys, but they actually won this game, which was super exciting to see. You can see that they just scored a touchdown right there. And BYU also has a award-winning dance team. The Cougarettes are so good, and so we were able to watch them perform their last time during football season. They'll perform during basketball season too, but it was really fun to be able to see them and support them. And it was just a really fun game overall. The halftime show was also amazing because, again, it was senior night for the orchestra band as well, and it was Top Gun themed, so they had an airplane that shot smoke out. It was quite fun, and yeah, overall a good game, but it was freezing. Like, we did freeze our butts off. And then of course we went to Friendsgiving. So when I got there, it was late, and all the regular food was almost all gone, but there was plenty of pie left, and it was just fun to just sit and enjoy my friends' company. Okay guys, we are on the very last item of business for my fall bucket list, which is good because it is snowing and cold today, so I wanted to make sure that I could get all my fall items done before it's officially winter time. But tonight I have been invited to a soup party. Me and my friends are going to a soup party. So what we're doing is making soup. I actually had a soup party on my bucket list. I was planning on trying to host one, but then somebody else was gonna host it instead, so figured it was a perfect time for me to be able to cross this off my bucket list. I'm going to try to make a new soup that I've never tried making before, so cross our fingers, hopefully it turns out really well. But I am actually going to link the recipe below, and it will also be on my food Instagram account, which I do have. Make sure you guys follow that. But yeah, I'll show you guys how I made my soup, and hopefully it turned out well because I really wanted to. My soup that I ended up making was a tomato tortellini soup, and I went ahead and chopped 3 cloves of garlic, added half of an onion, which it was supposed to be a regular onion. I only had a red onion, so that's what I used. And then I chopped up a sprig of rosemary, added some olive oil, and let that saute for about 5 minutes. Then I went and added in a can of tomato sauce and a can of diced tomatoes, and pay attention to the ounces in the recipe that I linked because that is important. And then I also added in 4 basil leaves as well. And then I decided to add in a ton of oregano. I went about double on all the spices because I wanted to make sure that it really came through the different spices because it really brings it together. I added in 4 cups of vegetable broth. Now, if you look at the recipe is not a vegetarian recipe, and I tried to make this a vegetarian soup. So just keep that in mind that mine is going to be a little bit different. I then went ahead and added in some salt and some pepper. Again, don't worry about overdoing the spices because people don't add enough spice, I feel like, in America. So go ahead, add all that spice. And then I added in a half cup of dairy-free half and half. Again, the regular recipe calls for whipping cream, but I did not have that. And then I let that simmer for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes is up, I went and added in some tortellini and then let that sit for about 12 minutes. And then you're good to go. And you guys, my house smelled so incredibly good. And I had people over who just kept commenting about how good the soup smelled. And it was a hit. So we had lots of different kinds of soups there. We had like a chicken gnocchi. We had my soup. There was other tortellini soups as well. There was your basic like black bean tortilla soup and Wisconsin cauliflower. Super good, but my soup was gone by the end of the night. You'll see in a second. And I had so many people who commented on my soup saying that it was so delicious. So definitely give that a try. As you can see, it was gone. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. I had so much fun crossing all the items off of my fall bucket list. It's been such a fun time getting to do all these fun things, and something that I really enjoy doing. So I'll make sure to do a winter one. You guys will definitely see it in my Vlogmas episodes that are coming up soon. Super excited for that. And yeah, I think that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video.